Namaste programs, just bear with me. I've changed a bunch of settings, so I just need to see what's going on with that. Sounds not too bad. So it cut off there, didn't it? Testing 1, 2, 3. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. I'll allow it. Alright, and just quickly check. Oh, Twitcho? Right, I'm okay with that. Let's get to it. Alright, we need this screen up. Back to the game. Need to actually put it pumping through my headphones again. There we go. Load game. What were we up to? 31. Right, so I need to do this book thing. I need to go back to Kuno. There was something else I was thinking overnight that I need to do. Let me just have a quick look at this. Should I drink some alcohol? I'm gonna do it. It's my oldest thing. This could be a huge mistake though. I thought I found some alcohol. What happened to it? It's a tool. How do I use it though? Equip in the held slot in your inventory and the magic will happen by its own. The magic, huh? Here we go. Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Here's where the magic happens. Look at the bottle. Light reflects off the green glass of the Commodore Red. The gods have been generous. Better pop it open before they change their minds. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have done it. Open the bottle. There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out and the hair on your back rises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Welcome back, detective. You're home now. What will be the repercussions if I take that sip? Nothing. Some mental stuff. Nothing to be worried about. Physically, you'll be strong as an ox. Here's where it all falls down, I reckon. Take a sip. Physique raised. Morale. A golden sun melts down your throat. Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy gooey mess. So does your mind. All the bad things are melting. You're you again. A real cop. A real detective. Incredibly well done. In the bottom right hand corner of the screen there's a drink button. Right? It gives +1 to physics skills, physical instrument, half-light, electrochemistry, endurance, pain, threshold, shivers. This is good before rolling a white check, but damages your morale. And remember, from the void we came, and to the void we must return. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. I'm going to... So, I drank my alcohol. Nice. Get a hold of a sad song on tape. Down your gun. Secret passage. Wait for Kim to come back. Can't do that yet. Alright. Kuno, heading to Kuno, gotta pay for that. Make truce with Kuno. Alright, okay. Alright, I think, you know what? I'm a big fan of doing the oldest things first, so... What's the one thing I can do down that I saw down here? Split a kilo with Kuno. Let's just go straight to Kuno and come back and do this other stuff a bit later on. All around you rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. Spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. What am I doing? Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat. Hang on a second, there are noises. Must be hearing things. What's all this? What do I see? Great sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another, rain falls down on the world. How does it feel? Your shirt sticks to your chest, the shoulders of your jacket grow heavy, the cold finds its way under your skin, you shiver and the city shivers with you. You're not dressed for this weather, you should get an overcoat or a patrol coat. Patrol cloak. What is in the west? Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean, wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet. Beyond the Bay of Revachol, ghosts rise into the sky. Who are you, ghosts? The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. What is down the shore? Urban coastline, rain dripping off air-to-night covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from a half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water. And beyond that, Coal City, end of all lines. Run your fingers through your dampened hair. Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighbouring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance. What's in the east? There's a frit on the corner, a plastic coat is folded into a small triangle under the counter by the window. Beyond that, the strike breakers have gathered. Plastic coat. Is that telling me something? The great gates of the industrial harbour are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hides. Hide. Shake your shoulders again. You shudder, looking down at your feet. Dirty rainwater runs veins into the plaza snow. Two great snakeskin shoes stand at attention on the mosaic paving of the plaza. What's in the north? Capeside apartments, tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm wallets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. The news at noon. And closer to here, a yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. The lingering odour of decomposition mixes with that of damp soil. What's in the south? A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised. What's on the other side? The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete column stretches northward. 4-storey buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snow melts in Jamrock. What is Jamrock? Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the capital of Revachol. Droplets form on your eyelashes. It's home. Why am I not there? To be in Martinez where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal in the widest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution failed. What am I doing here? Standing in the rain looking north where Jamrock City stretches inland. Where the hood? Where the hood? Where the hood at? Have a brother in the cut. Where the wood at? Shudder, look further. In the rain-swept distance above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs, you wipe your face with your hand, the rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink. What's above? Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears. What's below? Collapsed storm drains, old sewage systems flooded with rainwater, hidden weapon caches from the revolution, doors leading down to Le Royaume, the catacombs to which for 3 centuries they delivered the blue-blooded dead. Motherfucker. The spring thaw will not last. The winter will return to Revachol. What the fuck was that all about? What's in this thing? Oh, yeah. Fuck you, mail delivery box. There's a hollow ring as you kick the box. It sounds like it's mostly empty. Your toe hurts now. Hooray. Your toe has suffered damage. It hurts. Well, you do something like that, you pay the price. You know what? I don't want my alcohol. I want my crowbar. What I want? A quick save while we're in the menus. Why are these still look atable? Tracks are they have ever been, a bit worn perhaps. Bit more worn perhaps, fortunately the street sweeper still hasn't noticed their presence. This is significant somehow. Maybe, probably. Okay. Who's that? And where's that? Oh, that was the girl I talked to on the first day, right? Where is that? That's in the Whirling in Rags somewhere. We have to figure out how to get up there. Alright, I actually want to look at this trash can because it still says that I've got a white shit that I should be doing in here. Look under the boxes. Exactly what I just did. Pick at the rags. Nothing. Search the food rays. Nothing. Why do I feel like... Alright, I don't know how you... How do you... Do you have to... I've got a trash can. Oh, I had a trash can, I'm sure. Trash container. How do I redo it? It says it's available. Those on white are available to try now. Dunno. Dunno indeed.
Have you come to make an offering to Kuno?
Perhaps I could interest you in some speed, show him the stuff. Really? Shit? Let Kuno sample it then, pig. He almost starts grabbing for it, but then rebounds and runs his hand through his hair. Fucker, Kuno ain't buying that entrapment ship. Taking kilo from the pigs. What do you think? Kuno's green shit? You think Kuno's shit is green? The little whatever it is behind the fence shrieks. You need to rethink your tribute to Kuno. Kuno's not taking the cage just because you fucked yourself in the face. I took care of the drug situation. Alright, so you got Kuno's kilo. He rubs his hands together. Here's how we do it. First you give Kuno Kuno's kilo, then Kuno gives you half back. That's how we split it. It's the best way, the street way. Aren't you going to ask how I got past your dad? Word on the street is you sent your little friend in dressed as a hooker, distracted him. That's some sick shit. Tell your little slanty-eyed friend respect from the Kuno. Kuno wants to hear all about it, but first we split the kilo, he leans in, then we shoot the shit. And by kilo you mean gram, right? Kuno what Kuno means. Kuno means gram. Alright, fair is fair. Give Kuno the vial. Ooh, that's heavy. He waves the minuscule bottle around and slaps it into his coat pocket. Out comes another similar vial from the sock above his running shoe. Here you go, more than half in there. Kuno's fucking honourable like that. Now tell me, how the fuck you still alive, pig? I looked around in there, it's not the easy life you've got going on in that apartment. The fuck do you know about Kuno's life? Kuno's got plans. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, we got plans. 6 meters underground, below piping from before the war, the collapsed remains of the Martinez storm drain system. There are 2 stolen flashlights with piles of batteries next to them, besides 2 bedrolls, in the dark and opening into a lower tunnel. Kuno, I met your dad. Yeah? You do some Sambo shit, sneak in? Was the bino-clad hooker thing real? Sambo is an acronym for Samar in boxing, graceful martial arts stuff. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness and cool. Just letting you know. Kuno, your dad is a half-dead alcoholic. He was sleeping under some clothes. What? His eyes became large and round. His posture changes, the swaying rooster motion stops for a second, then he gets it going again, reorienting himself. Fuck right, Kuno's dad was sleeping like a bum, he snaps back. Kuno told you, Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything. Fucking breaking and entering shit, that's nothing to Kuno's dad. You got lucky, pig. Kuno knew this. He points to himself. Kuno's fucking violent fiend dad's been drinking hard lately. Kuno knew you'd have a way in. Narrow window. Kuno window. Whatever scary thing he might have been, now he's nothing. Yeah, Kuno's dad is fucking nothing. He pushes on bravely. Fucking coma shit. Stroke shit. Kuno's dad is so fucking violent he's had a stroke many times. Shit. Kuno's gonna have one too. Gonna be just like Kuno's dad. Speed shit, crime shit, fucking on the bed. Kuno's gonna go out like Kuno's dad. Revachol West style. Stop saying all this sad shit, Kuno. The whisper comes smaller than usual. Fuck you talking sad. The kid breathes in and out like a boxer. Kuno's got hard shit. He punches the air. Death shit. Nothing shit. You don't have to turn into that. Get your fucking nun-ass out of here before Kuno fucks it dead. He punches the air again. Beep. You think because you brought Kuno 1 gram of speed you're friends now? Turn into, he pants from exhaustion. Kuno ain't turning into shit. Kuno is that shit. Kuno won, you won, Kuno. The relief is palpable. The little hat jumps up and down behind the fence. There were tons of unpaid utility bills there. Fuck right there were. Fucking 3 years or some shit. Let me guess, Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about them. Yeah, that's right, he swells with pride. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about that electricity and light shit, just wants to pound on people and drink. That's no place to live in, you have to find somewhere else. That's right, it's a shithole. Kuno's gonna move underground. Le Royale shit, ancient shit. Kuno's gonna live in a fucking catacomb. Yeah, in a tomb, Kuno, the little one seems overjoyed at the prospect. Okay, let's conclude this business. Yeah, pig, this shit's done. He spits on the ground, yellowish foaming spit. Now get the fuck out of Kuno's face. Kuno needs to drop the bomb. I talked to Manana about the armor. So, he raises his eyebrows, protecting aggressive indifference. He said, you're now the king of the entire Jamrock. North Jamrock, he corrects you. Kuno meant everything north of 881. The rooster fucked Kuno's words up. Kuno doesn't do south, doesn't fuck with the Madre. Kuno sent your fat ass running around like Jello. Look, pig, he's suddenly all business. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on. Whatever, kid. What is this? Trying to be cool with your new arsehole? Kuno was just being nice to you. He waves you off. You got fucked bad. Now limp the fuck out of here. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face. Yeah, real interesting. Well, I ain't buying the pants, can't afford them. Need to pay my rent. Okay, I'm off. Kuno doesn't fucking care. What a charming little man, huh? So that's that done, huh? Done. Okay. Now. Alright, I need to pause just briefly, see what's going on with the grandmother. There is whinging and moaning going on, so I will be right back. Okay then. What are we doing next? I guess we go pay Gata. I feel like there was something I wanted to look at or do. Hang on, let's have a look at what we've got here. Hang on, so what white checks do we want to be? We want to be able to do this one again. So, savoir faire. Savoir faire, level it up. Let's not even think about it. Let's go. Okay, so that one I can do again now. Should I go and have a look at that now, maybe? Why the fuck not? I need to know how to get up there, okay. Alright, through here. Up here. Try the code again. %92%. Should I? Okay, you know what? I should have some alcohol. Or am I? How do I know? I'm already alcohol. I'm already alcohol, so we're good. Let's go for it. Yay! Yeehaw! As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. Continue the voyage through the salty air. Splat. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline. Not bad, not too bad at all. No one is listening to your words, but it doesn't matter. You feel pride. Now with your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbour rushes back in. Rock on, motherfuckers! Alright, so I can now get the coat. Take all. Now, it did say, unless I get a patrol coat, I would be cold. So, what am I giving up? Conceptualization. And we're gaining esprit de corps and shivers. Let's go for it. I want my coat. Why am I still wearing the gloves, though? Oh, they still give me points in something. Ah, excuse me. Hiccuping. Alright, I should have saved before doing that, but I didn't. Although that would have been save scumming, surely. I wouldn't have gone back if I failed it. I can tell you that now. Unless it killed me, obviously. This all about? Collecting rainwater? Where does this door go? Ah, it goes inside somewhere. Where the fuck is this? Way back up. We've got some kind of telephone there. What is this? Punch clock. The opposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change. Well, they say there's only one telephone. That must be it. Alright, okay, now I know how to get to the telephone. The radio is emitting strange buzzing sounds. A giant aspirin on the pillow and a powder of coffee rings on the armrest. Someone left the coffee machine on. Standard office filing cabinet, a file cabinet, the drawers seem to be locked. Another postcard. I don't know what these postcards are all about. See what drugs we can get. Oh, neat office shades. So, let's see. Postcard. Shades. Visual calculus -1 drama. Logic and authority. I'm going for these ones. Don't know why, but I am. Morale. Oh, that's just, yeah, pills. Cool, 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 cool. Drawer here I missed. On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers. Open the drawer. The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Brown through the folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Mundi, Grad, and even Ilmara. The same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Couron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed along the many districts where the imports are being sold. Anything interesting? It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. 28% is too little. For me, I will hopefully be able to do better later on. This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. Every worker member of the board is written on the top of the flyers. Below the flyers, the union logo and demand democracy. Okay, I don't have anyone to call. The door is locked and cannot be opened from this side without a PA. Guess you have no choice but to talk to the union leader. Okay. Interesting. Done all that. Alright, see what's over here. Where are you going? I don't want you to go on a bloody journey here. All around you, great machines in quiescence. Where's he gonna go to look at this? Ah, you're gonna claw him over all of that. White pine trees are printed onto the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow, I guess. A bit weird that it doesn't let me read that. See what's down here. Oh, that's somewhere else. I feel like this is probably the way forward. We'll come back this way. I want to see what's around to the left first. Holy shit, that's right, there were bottles galore here. Get our bottles. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner. Take all, take all. Oh, this will give us at least $1. Well, actually $2 because we're Hobocop, right? Does that say that in here? Hobocop solution. Bonuses from the thought reveals extra special collector's edition tear bottles on the map. Right, more money from selling tear. Okay, it does tell you that. Alright, fair enough. Where's the map? Where are the extra special tear bottles? I ask you? No idea. Let's see what's in here. Night Watchman's Booth. This is the Night Watchman's Booth. The name on the door reads René Arnoux. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself, sit down and have a breather. Maybe René is hiding something interesting here. Search the booths. Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organised. There is a framed photograph on the table. Looks like the inhabitant is rather pedantic when it comes to order. Take the picture. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in the street fair. The man, René, is dressed in a Royal Carabiner uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She is smiling playfully at the camera. Have a seat, rest. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons. Stale air floods through your nostrils. Not a single mote of dust floats inside your lungs, though. The inside of the booth is immaculate. Search for a little something something to help you out. The drawers are empty save for old-time sheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly out of date. Read the side effects. Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini-strokes, Prophet's disease, sudden death, hair death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to Lopra, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse. Maybe this was a bad idea. Take the painkillers. You take the painkillers, they are yours now. Hypnogamma. Get up. You stand up and exit the booth. What the hell is hypnogamma? Photo of happy couple. Did it just give me extra stuff here? It did. It did. High morale down there. I'm going to click this. No, it doesn't let me. Okay. Can't go down there. Alright, we're done for this section. See if we can find this dumbass twin. What's his face? What's going on? Don't remember his name. Everett something or other? Everett Clare, is it? You see faded industrial lettering on the platform. Valsund. Valsund means whale fjord in Arden. Of course it does. Everyone knows that. More noser fed. Doing good with the fucking collecting of shit. Alright, what's over here? Nothing? Can I go down the stairs here? Where does this... Oh, that's back where I came from. I could look at that. Is that going to drop on someone? Don't really want to go into the ultra-violence just yet. Shipyard overhead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. This speaker tower is silent. There is no work to organise in the yard, but... Oh, there's a thing I can crowbar there. Let's do that then. The musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. Smells like blood. FA on Ultra Series gloves. So, +1 interfacing versus +1 half light. Let's see, half light we're at 3. And interfacing is at 5. Of which one of them, so 4. I can have 4 and 4, but why not? Let's put some new gloves on. I don't see why not. I guess once you're further on in the game, you can, you know, change your clothing depending on what conversation you're having and all of that kind of shit. But for now, I don't really know what's going to help and what isn't. Industrial side thermos smells like burnt coffee. Give me that money. Give me that money. Give me all the money. Hello. Banner sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red. Talk to this nerd.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
Okay, he sings better than me. The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. Yeah, I figured as much. The accent is so thick it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubi Sunt. On Mundi. Ubi Sunt, question mark, sick. Ubi Sunt. On Mundi.
Container, container, used to be Walpines. Container, container, now belongs to Everett.
Tiny man is so engaged in his work he doesn't notice you. Hi!
Everett, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
He smiles.
I see you're not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
A shadow passes over his kind face. What is it with you people and scabs?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
He doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
You're Ubi, right? Oh yes, born and raised in Irish. Mister, Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent, took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then, too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No sir, those are just nasty rumours. What are you doing with the containers? Oh, I'm just making sure some covers for them containers here. Yes I am. I'm just making some covers for them containers here. So it's easy for the crane operators to spot them. He waves at the containers towering behind him. Logic easy, red check. What's going on here? Look at the mountains of containers rising behind him. The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountain rising behind Leo is all red in Union colours. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core. There appears to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers. Leo, has anyone told you why you need to change the covers? No, not really, he shrugs and continues merrily. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things, says I go and tell them to everyone. This looks like a massive redecorating operation. Yes, moving from inwards to outwards, by the looks of it, soon everything will be in Union colours. What's underneath these red covers? Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Oh, chemicals. Most of them have labels on them, I think. Thanks, Leo, you've been very helpful. Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all, the little guy affirmed merrily. Where is everyone? The harbour is empty. Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates keeping the scabs from coming in. He leans in with a confidential look. We're on strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on a strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now. So no one's working? Not everyone is down there, of course. He chuckles. Mr. Everett is in his office, where he always is, and Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. He pauses to think. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble when Everett sent them on a nice vacation, for a week or so. He stops, but seems eager to tell you more. What kind of trouble did this Titus and his friends get into? Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. He smiles and leans closer. Him and his boys stirred something up in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off. Really? Did they kill someone? No, I don't think they killed anyone. The little guy shies away from you. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. I don't want to get them into trouble over a little drinking. He probably doesn't know anything anyway. Who in their right mind would tell him? Do you work here? Yes. Everyone needs a job and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Belloc, but everyone just calls me Leo. The little man raises his hand in a welcoming gesture. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar's out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. He chuckles. We need a refill on the water. We need to swap hands with the mouse because the right arm is still sore, and we need to get onto our left-handed mousing. Done. Water refilling. Done. Okay, continue. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady. A good-hearted chuckle again. Who's Miss Beaufort? A real pretty lady with a skin like those doux and sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I think you're doing a great job around here, Leo. Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. You didn't think it was possible, but the smile becomes even wider. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here, but you guys are alright. What's in that container over there? Point to the container suspended from the crane arm. Oh, that one. He looks at the container. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up. What happened to me being able to ask about Miss Beaufort? Hold on. Who is this Miss Beaufort you mentioned? Oh, Lizzie, she's a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back she was all fancy and loyally. He respects that word, that's obvious. But she's a real nice girl, grew up in this here neighbourhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. He goes on, if me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be really happy if she turned out like her, but she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things, been a doctor for almost 50 years she has. He sighs in full silence, watching you weakly with his blue eyes. So Everett trained a lawyer named Miss Beaufort. Interesting. Beaufort did it. I'm calling it now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this place would totally fall apart if you didn't shine the bossman's shoes, Leo. Oh, mister, I do a lot more than that. I really do most everything around here. Mr. Everett said many times I'm irreplaceable. He's still smiling, but his voice trembles ever so slightly. I'm looking for the leader of the Dockworkers Union. Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived in their entire lives in this here neighbourhood. He coughs and continues immediately. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys, made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett, Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys. Easy now, Leo. I just want to know where I can find this man. Oh, Mr. Everett is where he always is, in his office of course. He points to the 2 joint containers on your right. Ah, okay, I'm off. Bye-bye now. He returns to his work. So this is where Everett is. Right, well, before we go there, I want to come back down here, and wasn't there somewhere to... Oh, it was this. Yeah, let's do this first, I guess. Let's save. In case of death. Crane control panel. A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Allumer and Éteindre are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Allumer on, Éteindre off. Press Allumer. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. Uh-oh. Chippy whack here. Boom. And then I blew everything up. Nice. And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbour sleeps as the strike raises in the distance. The crane can rest again now that its purpose has been fulfilled. Its purpose? What do you mean? Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built, for this purpose it is acted, and now it will rest. Press Éteindre. The crane does not return to its original position. It does not move at all. Alright. Good stuff. We moved the crane. Why would we... Oh yes, we can open the door now. Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard. Hey there, sugar. A container door appears unmoved by your attempt at flattery. What's the matter, honey? You shy? You're a fine piece of engineering, do you know that? The door does not respond to your advances. Is it possible that it seems somehow more closed than before? Knock on the door. Wow, that was loud. No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container. Open the door. You attempt to turn the handle to no available. The door seems to be mechanically locked. Nothing more to do here for now. Really? Not even with my trusty crowbar? I am shocked and outraged. And... oh, I thought there was a way down there. There isn't. Hang on a second. There was a way down earlier, wasn't there? Right back at the beginning? I want to tick everything off before I talk to this Everett nerd. Oh no, I couldn't get down here, right. I see, I can't get down there. Okay, understood. Weird loading in stuff is a bit weird. Okay, what have we got here? The coffee in the giant thermoses is still lukewarm while I eat a chocolate bar. A stair made of pallets leading up. Wow. Stop running around like an idiot. A taxidermy fish that tells time. Everard, Claire. I should be with Kim while doing all of this, but I suppose I can come back with him, right? I'm a hobo cop. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Just finishing my chocolate bar. Okay, before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you. With a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled. Let's get straight to business. There's been a murder.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois. It's good of you to stop by. Please, have a seat.
Mr. Dubois. Am I Harry Dubois? HDB. He gestures to a tiny chair opposite to his giant desk.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Dubardiers Union here in Martinez.
Man relaxes into his chair and continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name. I'd rather stand.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner as equals. Take a seat, I insist.
I don't sit, it's kind of my thing.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
As he nods, his multiple chins move like ocean waves.
I too have convictions, one of which is that I will not engage any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
He turns back to his typewriter. What a cunt! You're no titan of volition, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave. Take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
He gives you a sly wink. Remain serious.
So tell me, how can the head of the Dubardiers Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
Damaged health. Get up to full health then. The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Garte. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with the cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
He points at it again. Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it. Wait, you know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the check again. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it. Take the comically large check, but don't say anything.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
No, it's cool. You've got integrity.
Cool? Wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. but sure, if that's what's cool nowadays. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
I'll bet you do.
Lost gun, lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Jesus Christ, how am I going to survive this goddamn interview? The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull: lost and gun. When he said don't worry, he actually meant be very worried. I would appreciate any help you could provide.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Well, don't be. Everything's going to be all right.
It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded. Kim's not here, man. Took the novelty check was a mistake. The chair. Wow. Turn to Kim.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi doesn't seem to be here at the moment. You came alone.
Are you kidding? I have to do this? Mistakes were made. Alright, get it ready on bloody health and everything. God, you're sweating, your knee is jerking, you're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are going to shoot themselves with it. No, I'm not about to cry. Try to stay cool.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
Fucking hell. What is this Mr. Dubois he keeps repeating? What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
The large man snaps his fingers, but to no effect. You're in some stupor. There are no Harrys. Let your mind go to your safe place.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throwing motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois. Actually, this chair is uncomfortable. I could use that glass of water. Sit upright.
What an odd demonstration of... Huh? You got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. I want to talk about the hanging. Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. He nods. I know everything that goes on around here and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike, so much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. Say nothing. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open. Yes, let's blow it open. But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. He slaps himself on the forehead. You're a police officer, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors. I've opened a few doors in my life. And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colours, Harry, he chuckles. This really is very simple and there's nothing shady about it. Why don't you just open it yourself? Harry, I'm a very busy man and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. He slams his fist together. You look like you could run around all day. Whose door is it? Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. What do you mean by a weasel? A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. He removes his glasses and rubs his nose. Just go there, unlock the door and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. He puts his glasses back on. I bet you don't even know anything about the hanging. Harry, my dear friend, he sinks deeper into the chair, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. Damn it, fine, I'll look into it. We need to talk about that murder. Accept the task. Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. He flicks his fingers. You can get the key from Manana, he's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union, special operations, hardened socialist, a real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. He smiles, obviously satisfied with how well he planned it all out. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. Okay. Aren't you going to ask me how I got in? Harry, he says almost gently, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age... Say nothing. The big man peers at you over the rims of his glasses for a moment, then interlaces his fingers and rests his chin on his hands. Anyway, I assure you I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. I met Joyce, the company representative. Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. He adjusts a button on his sleeve. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here. Just pals? Yes, we're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. His smile widens. Don't feel like you shouldn't work with her just because you and I are such good friends. I'm not a jealous guy. Why haven't you let her in to see you? If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would, and I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator. It's a fortress. He knows she can't get in here. What happened to the previous negotiator, Mr. Gourmand? What do you mean, Harry? The big man sounds annoyed. Nothing. I let him go. He made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go? He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. He looks down and sighs. God knows how long he's got left. You called him a midget. Harry, he exclaims, indignant. I have little people in my organisation. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. Abruptly he smiles and changes his tone. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals. Joyce said the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances. Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. The man frowns disapprovingly. When she got back, the whole thing was over. Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce. Funny, Joyce didn't mention any casserole. Harry, 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 he flicks his fingers. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew or a hairdryer or an iron. The point is her heart wasn't in it, mine was. This particular brand of humour he has, it makes for a fine distraction. Everett, Joyce seems to think the union is lowballing her. Yes, lowballing, of course. He's suddenly very serious. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here, but everything's a casino for those rich types. His expression makes it clear this is childish and irresponsible behaviour. Okay, let's talk about something else. Of course, Harry, let me just assure you one more time, it's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organisation. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this, he makes an all-encompassing gesture, is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my swinging swordfish clock. He looks around. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everett doesn't mind. It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now. What's in the container that's outside your office? My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers out in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. There is something special about it. It was attached to the Kvalsund crane. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch, he says with the fondest of smiles. Time is a precious resource and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you. You called me Mr. Dubois. Why? Of course, let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I'll call you Harry. So that's really my name? My god, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? He shrugs with an amazed expression. What are the odds of that? It might be a good idea to hide your confusion, I mean, see what his game is first. Might be a good idea to hide it. My memory is fine, I'm just testing you. So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. He pats the brown folder in front of him. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out with my big fat folder. Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him, no matter, no harm done. It's just a brown folder, you can make out what's written. You can't make out what's written on it. You must have questions, Harry. Come on now. He makes a come hither motion. Don't be shy, let's hear them. Don't just jump to the folder, that's not smart, shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first. Where did you get that folder? Ah, this? He closes the folder. My friend in your organisation gave it to me, Harry. This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt. What kind of cop does it say I am? Well, Harry, he turns a couple of pages in the folder. If I were to sum you up in one word, it would be apologetic. I'm sorry? What? I'm not apologetic, I'm confident. Well, you sure come off as very confident in all our interactions, Harry, he chuckles. You're a real man's man. Can I look at my thing here? Where is it? It tells me... Somewhere it tells me what kind of... It must be in here then. Oh, maybe it's in this one. There it is. Yeah, I am quite high on the sorry cop. How did I end up being sorry cop? Should I just try this now? Red check. Do you know anything about my family? Do I have a wife or kids or... Family, Harry? You're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry? You're right, I don't. That's why I like you, Harry. His fat finger is pointing at you. A good man knows both his strengths and his weaknesses, and you, my friend, you're one of the all-time greats. You know where I live? But of course, Harry, he nods. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy, a long way from home, but that's okay. He doesn't really seem to know any more about it. Let me get this straight. What's my full name? It's Harry. He glances at the folder. Harry Dubois. Okay, I like it. I can work with that. And I can work with you, Harry. He raises his index finger. Now, what else can I do for you? Has this added anything? No? Well, we've got to try it. Boom! As you look at the folder, Everett covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet. I should have done that first. That's not an RCM folder. Okay, Harry, you got me, he says, grinning. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them. You got the name from the Census Bureau and everything else from your behaviour here in Martinez. But I really got you good there for a moment, didn't I, Harry? He laughs like he just pulled off a successful prank. Now, what can I do for you? That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being. So the Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois. Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on. Let's talk about my lost gun. Yes, your lost gun. His face turns serious. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. He winks at you. It's just a matter of time and effort. The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage. Hold on, could he really be holding my gun hostage? Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back, and working with him might be the only way to do it. Wait, the gun may have been bought from Roy's pawn shop. Have your men factored that in? Yes, thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. My men have indeed, he makes air quote, factored in that you pawned it. Now please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have great guys on this. You focus on what's important, building our relationship for the good of Martinez. I will not be blackmailed with this gun business. Harry, I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood. His tone is suddenly very serious. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry. Everett, I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again later. Wait, he leans, reaches into his drawer and pulls out a plastic card. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Great, wouldn't want to get stuck in here. Here, you're one of us now, a real red and white union man. Take care, Harry. Boom. Boom. Talk to this dude. Can I go out here? I can't. Alright. Save, definitely. Have a get up and walk around break. Certainly required. Let's do that. I'll be back shortly. And we're back. So, let's see what we got. I got an item, which is the giant novelty check. This 20 by 50 centimeter check looks like it's meant to be handed over ceremoniously on a gala-like event. It supposedly exchanges for 25 real at your local Frita store. Below the number, a careful hand has written the words, "Constable's rent, all of it. Note, worthless in a pawn shop." Good on ya, Constable. Okay. Everett asked you to open the basement door behind the greenhouse in the backyard to intimidate the occupant. Do you do what you have to do? Everett has promised to give you info on the case in return. Get the key to the weasel's door from Manana. Okay. So, I've talked to him. There we go. Alright, well, let's get out of here. Klasje, oranje. Oranje. Okay. So, how has this helped me? Where do I use this? Where can I go now? How do I get out of here? Still can't open this, probably, yeah. So, down the stairs. He does not want to go down the stairs. He is a recalcitrant. Can't go that way. There was nothing down here, alright. Well, hang on. Can you please go into the door? Take your time, mate. Take your time. Still not sure what I need to do with that. Does this now let me go out here? It does. Excellente. Ah, that's that door there. Alright. Now that I've got through...
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Why are you not with the Hardy Boys? I am not the first line of defense, I am the last. He looks towards the coast defiantly. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading. You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself. There's more to it. What have you got against them? Fine, they have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and narcotics peddler. It's shameful. What do you mean? Or who do you mean? Find out for yourself, endomorphic blob. I still don't want to subscribe. Do I? What? Does this... I seem to remember it was going to change something in me, and... Oh, look. Can I get past here now? I can't. I want that box. Fuck it.
Only worsened.
I want the box. Ask what kind of races are there first. Classification is core to this stuff. Measurehead, I'm new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races are there. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race. Cauldron of Pederasty. Which one do you need an education on? Type A. Those are the Seminese, the Aeropagite, and the Occidentals, including the Morn, of course. The Morn are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding. A recent genetic pool has led the Morn on representable street parades in Morn cities like Stadskanal and Verdeford, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats. Wait, who exactly are the Morn? You know them by the names of their nation states, the Orange. Hang on, so it was Orangesi, the Gottwaldians, and the Kongsteners. My people simply call them Morn. Morn is a derogative term for First World people of Gottwaldian descent. They do not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the Uhuru, are much more lactose intolerant. The wooden clogs, though? In some municipalities of Oranje, people do wear shoes made of wood to street parades. Green, orange, and even yellow tassels have also been seen on hats. The Morn are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity, and tassel-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant sub-race who no one can take seriously. Colourful tassels are, let's be honest, not a good sartorial choice for this century. You might want to avoid wooden clogs too. Okay, got it. Who are Type A then, in your view? The Vespertines and the Messenians of Vesper and Messina. The ancient Meteorians of Meteo by the Golden Pisantic Sea. The Surensni of Sur-la-Claire and even the North Königsteiners all have Type A race propensities. The other large mondial civilization, the Meska, are too yellow and oligoneous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem. He draws his finger across his face. Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat based food, which in turn only produces more sebum. What is this game, man? And who are the Seminese and Areopagites in this? Areopagites. As proven by the Morn and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Seminese and the Areopagites are on the ascent. And the Seminese are the indigenous people of the Insulindian archipelago. The Seminese inhabit the southern islands. He gestures towards the south across the ocean. I am Seminese, from the stock of Ulenbuia on Ile de Fantôme. And the Areopagites? The Areopagites are the master race of the Ilmaran deserts. The Seminese are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ilmara to Insulind, thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant, morn-ridden Occidentals discovered this place. What's the difference between the Seminese and the Areopagites? Continue receiving wisdom. The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Seminese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the super-isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls. He falls silent, contemplating the beauty and the mystery. Then he continues, the latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Semino-Areopagite or Semiopagite super race. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world. Type B? Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Kojkos and the Vacholiers, they are mud-coloured people. The Kojkos of Grad, Hugo Zimsk Shest et al., are what you would call white, officer, in a suspect description. You said Kojkos. I've been trained to identify them as white in official descriptions. Yes, to an untrained eye, the Kojko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see, he squints full of sage wisdom. They are of an indistinct colour, and so is their skin, unhealthy, muddy and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grant people have undergone for drinking Al Ghul and smoking the degenerate tobacco herb, and for eating potato. The Kojko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicitly obsessed with potat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba. Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates? You don't like ethnostates? They are microscopic. The Semino-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted from Holy Seminine to the boreal plateau of Katla. This dude, man. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Seminese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base, inert spoilage called Demos. And the Vacholiers you mentioned? Revocholians, halfway between Type A and the racial cauldron, too mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet. Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what's happening, but that seems a little off. I'm pretty sure history hasn't lasted that long. The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that's played out countless times over like a fever dream of skin, hair and bone. Wake up, naive chess piece. I've heard about this revolution, mistakes were mad, but it was the right stuff. You're wrong about it. Achievement unlocked. Biggest communist builder. Employ critical theory 9 times. Now, how's that for achievements? The revolution came to Revachol from Grad in Zarath-ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucinations and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia, a hereditary prion condition passed from the Koshko to the Occidentals. He pauses in theoretic self-reflection, but not sexually, probably through trade routes and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant. Enough of type B mediocrity, he nods, satisfied with the outcome. The vile CF race cauldron of pederasty, please. Type CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptions. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me. Chimeric experiments? Lesser races like the Mesquito, a grotesque mixture of a Mesk woman and a Seminese man, only possible if the mother is Mesk and the father Seminese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring. The Mesquito is born sterile like a donkey. He looks west ruefully. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music and vent their impotent despair. It seems unlikely that 2 human beings produce genetically sterile offspring. Maybe I have misunderstood something, but aren't humans too similar to produce genetically sterile offspring? You are right, you have misunderstood. You lack basic phylogenetic education. Any more? Then there is, he pauses dramatic, the Semenokojkik Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Semenokojkik Chimera? It is not an aesthetic site. Yes. The Koshko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Seminese with the Koshko to produce a super worker of Seminese strength and Grad civility. This will never happen. The Seminese and the Koshko may have similar interbreeding problems as the Mesquito. We will never know precisely. No Seminese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Koshko woman, or a Koshka. But enough, it is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of type CF. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on? Now that we've been through all the types, do I understand advanced race theory? You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it. How do I word the mystery? Accept. You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly. Let's discuss something else. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss. Type B Revacholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease? Leave. So, what you're telling me... Oh, thought complete. Jamais vu. Bring it on. Jamais vu, the opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having, and for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is the fundamental question. +1 XP for every orb clicked. All intellect learning caps raised by 1. Bonus. Why was that so important to have? Oh, I have a skill point. I could actually do another one. Do I really want advanced race theory though? What I need to do... This is how thinking is done. Okay, what do I... Cafeteria window. So which ones are... Can't do that one. Don't remember what that one was. Don't remember what any of these are. Are any of these necessary to continue? Guess not. So, I guess I will open up another one of these. Done. And, I mean, yeah, let's do advanced race theory. Why the fuck not? I don't know what it means or why, but it gets me that box, that's all I care about. Loot, not experiences. Oh wait, no, it's the opposite of what I care about. Can I go past him yet? No. Alright, well what time is it? It's 6 o'clock. We need to come down here, we need to talk to Gitface Manana. Hello, give me a key.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
He stares at you with his hazy eyes. You've been in there, he means. Talk to the boss man too, probably. Labour Utopia. Nod approvingly. It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains, he notes solemnly, then turns to you, a wide smile adorning his face. Right, you talk to the boss eye to eye like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. Any idea who killed the hangman? The mercenary, eh? He shrugs. Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? He shakes his head solemnly. The merc was hanged with a very specific type of cargo belt, one often used in heavy transport areas, for example, harbours. What a thought, he scoffs, looking shocked. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course. Pushed how? Your dead guy was an enemy combatant. Hold up, what does that mean? He was an agent of the opposition attempting to undermine our honourable efforts. Did you kill him? I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organisations like our union have all sorts of men with all sorts of skills. Thank you, this has been of limited use. No problem, I wish the best to you in your search. Sure I'm glad it's not my search. He takes a sip from his flask. Everett said you have a key to a door. A key, huh? He runs his finger through his moustache. What door is this key supposed to open? He said it belonged to a weasel. Oh, say no more, I got you. He taps the side of his nose with a little wink. I got that key right here, and let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. I'm not really doing this for political reasons. Oh, so they're none of the above type, are you? I get it, I get it. I like to keep my distance too. He nods. But it doesn't matter, it's a good thing you're doing. Thanks. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organisation is what you call compartmentalised. Means we keep out of each other's business. Where did you get the key from? The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really truly matter. His gaze wanders off in the distance. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? He doesn't wait for your answer. To feed our children, I guess. Anything else I should know about this task, this weasel person, when he'll be home? He shakes his head. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff, who I am, who you are, what we're fighting for. The man takes a big sip from his flask. He means he's not going to tell you because he doesn't know, but he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everett. Why are you striking? We're negotiating our share. Your share? Aye, he seems a bit pleased with himself. How large a share would you like? All of it. However, right now we want all the harbour workers to be on the company's board so they could take part in the decision-making process. This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labour camp in the southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist. Are you a communist? No, he pauses to think for a moment. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. Right on, brother. Just the way the world works, boyadero. The boss man, Everett. What can you tell me about him? I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. He shrugs. In my eyes, he's a capable organiser and a decent businessman. What does bossing the union entail anyway? I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbour, makes deal with the owners of other relevant parties, watches out for his own. You mean corruption? By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is personally not too lavish. And you're right, he's very aesthetic. Okay, he's reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all. This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today. You seem to have spent a lot of time thinking about the political situation. Sure, I've had the necessary free time. He spreads his arm wide, using the reach to show how much time he has. Fortunately, there's always time. Look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing. You and me both, brother. It all comes together now, the way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool. That of a noble peasant or of a travelling herdsman, true to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends. Maybe I'm a Boyadero? No. But no. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide, yet it feels as if he could effortlessly go even wider, if need be, an endless torrent of time. Good talking to you, gotta run. Okay. Open the apartment door. So there's that to do. Let's head down here. I actually want to come in here because I thought there was somewhere. Look in the window. There's something here that I... No. I don't think so. I thought somewhere down here it said like, this is a place where they do oil. Place oil or something. Maybe I dreamt it. There's nothing to pick up anywhere. Oh, I can go over here. Perfect. That saves a bit of time. This dude.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
17%. Where am I? Oh, that's the Whirling in Rags. Right, okay, cool. I thought I was, but it didn't seem to quite match. Alright, let's hand our bottles in. So, I'm not sure we need to... Well, we need to save money. We can start buying stuff if our rent's paid forever. Alright, it said something about in the window there was a... Why did it tell me about a... Oh, it was the raincoat, wasn't it? Right, that was during the you're going to be cold thing. Anyway, I don't care right now. I've got another jacket. Insert your bottles. 360 after all of that. Wow. Rich as fuck, man. Do. Okay. Well, what else I need to be... Let's go talk to these people in here. If they're still there. Which they might not be. Okay, that guy's new. Alright, let's go talk to fucking this dick.
Can I help you?
About my bill for tonight. Got the 20 real. I have this giant novelty check. You must be kidding, right? He stares at the large novelty check baffled. Yeah, good one, officer. Real funny. This establishment only takes cash. Now you have that cash, Mr. Novelty Check Man. What? So that wasn't gonna be useful? Well, that sucks. Alright, well I do have the 20 real. Good, you got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow. Have I seen anything else? So the phone line is dead. Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. He shakes his head and adds, losers. That's pretty strange. It's not strange, it's inconvenient. Is it true that there was foul play? He wrinkles his nose. Who told you that? Doesn't matter, I just want to know who you suspect. Fine, yeah, it looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's all related. Plenty of assholes around here who aren't murderers. If you do find out who cut the line though, let me know so I can forward them the repair bill. Right. So, someone explain to me why I couldn't use the novelty check. What was the point of all of that? Okay, well, fair enough. Can't win them all. Can I open this door? Simple lock. Alright, I don't know a different way in. Do you know what's behind that door? Point to the blue door. He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for no, I don't know what's behind that door. Okay, fair enough. Anything else to look at? No. Go talk to this dude down here. Where are you running to, my dude? Gone for a wander. It's all about money, you know. Yeah, well, fair enough. Why wouldn't it be?
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Right. Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice. I knew you were not a gardener.
That's right. I'm not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Crosses her arms.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy. You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
Points to the man on her right.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The district of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everett sent to law school? The one that I think committed the murder? Are you Elizabeth Miss Beaufort? I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you're actually here. Titus Hardy, she points to the tall man by the table. Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes, in the way she stands, in her face. Easy Leo told me about you. He likes to talk a lot. You're not here to chat up the legal counsel, you're here to question these men. What's your role in all of this? Like I already told you, I'm legal counselor. She crosses her arms. Do you have hearing problems? What if I want to talk to you, not Titus? What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one. What are you going to do to me? What are we going to do to you? She starts laughing. It's a cold laughter devoid of joy. The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labour organisation. A gruff humph from the table. Goddamn right it is. If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. She shakes her head. But we digress. Why are you so aggressive? I'm being aggressive? She raises her eyebrows. Listen, you moral intern lackey. You're part of a mob enforcing the unlawful privatisation of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all. And you are their bodyguard. Fuck yeah, the tall, broad-shouldered man takes a sip of his beer. So ask what you came to ask or get back to your commanders. I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans? Look, a comedian. Her expression stiffens. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of matinees. Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary. I should talk to Titus then. I will do just that. Some tits you just have to see to believe.
This is where you say your bit.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can. Don't say anything yet.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Cross your arms.
Is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Little guy looks at his mates in disbelief.
Hey asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
First we need to talk about your attitude.
You hear that, boys? Looks like the RCM sent us a big dick cop.
The man looks around.
You don't get to tell me what to do.
He impersonates you. The crowd laughs again.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Scan the room. Starting from the right, boot size 44, blonde man in his 30s, overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right, standard working boots, size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room, probably mid-50s, smoker, quiet. Cross at the other table, hobnailed working boots, size 43. Gang tattoos, Mesk or Samarizian, in his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Lobos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else, the ink is fading. And then, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46. The big dick, wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap, fingerless gloves and numerous scars, a little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club, a little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44. 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum? Where? On his neck. Forget it, it's not important. Let's call this one the musician. And the little guy? Size 41 with the light step, not a child after all. An older man with a rat face, mean watery eyes and two front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing, big guy, boot size 46, deep marks, probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add the man in armour and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy. One of them is missing, the odd soul. Exactly, you stood there for about 4 seconds not saying anything, hit them with questions, where's the 8th Hardy? The fuck is with you fella? Titus is staring at you with his head tilted. I found 8 sets of footprint, but there's only 7 of you. Where is the 8th Hardy boy? What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here. He sizes you up. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring. He shakes his head. Actually, boss, we've been talking. We think she could maybe. She? So there's an 8th Hardy and it's a Hardy girl. Who might it be? Elizabeth, the gardener? Shut the fuck up, Glenn, he roars. I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop? It has to be good if he won't let you pursue it. Sorry, boss, you hear the blonde man almost whimper. Man hanged in the backyard, did you do it? So, you're not just here to swing your big dick, you're here for the pretty boy. A real look at that one, he shakes his head. Stinks like shit, too. They love him, boss. Spent all day digging around in there. Can't get enough of that pretty boy smell. Evidence. Show them you have it. It doesn't have to be conclusive. Why are your boot prints all over the scene? You mean these boots? He raises his worker boot, size 46, steel reinforced toe. Yes. We all got a pair, he squints. We wore them the night we took the pretty boy out back and hung him, by the neck. Yeah, we did this. He looks you dead in the eye. Together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why our prints are all over the scene. Aha, so you just confessed to murder? Goddamn right No, the woman interjects. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time. All 7 together, they're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic. Who called the shots that night? Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a hardy boy without arresting all hardy boys. A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all? A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation. No, but seriously, who calls the shot around here? Who do you fucking think does? He sounds more amused than angry. Point at Elizabeth. I thought she did. It wasn't a question, dickwad. How fucking stupid are you? This arsehole was worth then. He falls silent. Titus runs the Hardy Boys, genius. That's why we're called the Hardy Boys. Ain't that right, fellas? Titus grins. I think you got your answer, Mr. Law. Yes, there are some administrative differences. She gives Titus a stern look, but on that night they all acted as one man. You murdered him just like that? No remorse? How many people have you sent to the shares? Ever felt remorse for them? Shares Electric is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the Scissorend reign, it used to be the firing squad. Or sent them to Ryun to rot for 20 years, or for life. He says it if it was worse than dying. Honestly, I drink so much I can't really remember anyone I've sent behind bars. Doesn't remember them, the rat-faced man shouts. He just forgets. Are you hearing this, Titus? Ain't no use keeping a stiff catalogue in your head, that's for sure. He wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. When did this hanging incident occur? You don't have to keep answering his questions. The fixer turns to remind Titus. I know, Lizzie, relax. He takes a sip. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week. How long had you known the victim? Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, arsehole. Yeah, who do you think we are? Quiet. Titus gives Glenn a stern look. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy? By the Pines cow, do you mean Joyce, the negotiator for Wild Pines? No, he stresses. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over. Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has some interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough. That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. She turns to you. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions. Why did you kill him? Why, he hisses through his teeth, because he was a worthless mercenary scum, and he stepped out of line, in my town. So he's a mercenary, that's it? And he stepped out of line, he repeats, jaw clamped shut like a vice. What kind of mercenary? The kind that shows up when you start a strike, the experienced kind too. Had Kohoi and Semonim written all over him, ex-Oranje Special Forces. A live grenade, the man spreads his arm, right here in our bar. I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara. Hold on, how do you even know he was in Special Forces? Because one night he walked straight up to the mic and said, I am Oranje goddamn Special Forces and I'm gonna fuck you all. Cool. Yeah, really. Had gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranje paratrooper song and said he's gonna fuck everyone. We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. He points at the stage like some kind of animal. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code. Right, but what did he actually do wrong? Wrong, he roars. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning. He wipes spittle from his mouth. From rape to harassment to threats of violence, why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it, hopes you didn't notice. To kill us all if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. He cracks his knuckles, and that was before he started coming here. Yeah, he said it was his favourite joint now, started coming in here every night, drinking, grabbing girls, grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke right there on the stage. He grabbed someone? Yeah, this girl's on the mic, a beautiful girl, young, gets into the second verse of Lover Lake, the fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt, why don't you show me your cunt? Then he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle, doesn't even fall down. He shakes his head in disbelief. Is this the same girl who was sexually assaulted, raped, you said? Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen. Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening? He repeats like a parrot. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it. Right, but who did he rape then? This is a very serious allegation. No, there's a moment of silence. You're not getting a name. That's a Martinez matter and I'm not discussing it with you clowns. There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you. How did you kill him? We hanged him up by the neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper? Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot? The autopsy revealed the victim's hands were not tied. No signs of a struggle. How do you explain that? He looks even more irritated than before. Look, I'm not going to play 20 questions with you, Coppo. I'll say it again. We killed him. Yeah, I knocked him out. The tattooed one speaks up, banging on his chest. Came up behind him and clubbed him in the back of the head. He went down like a stack of sand. That's right, lawman. He spits through his teeth, and then we hanged the fuck. Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up. 72%. Right. Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few of the others, but who's cracking under the pressure? This one. He's sweating profusely and has difficulty breathing. They've smartly kept him out of the conversation thus far. Definitely the weakest link in the chain. Hey you, turned to the big guy. You having trouble breathing over there? No, he looks up startled, his forehead shiny from sweat. A few coiled locks are peeking out from under his warm woolen hat. Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look how fucking fat he is. The man next to the big guy bursts out laughing. Fuck off, Shanky. The big boss steps in. Angus is a powerful guy, all muscle. Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later he's going to break like a piece of twig. There's something you're not telling me. And fuck you too, Copper, picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit, and don't... So you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing. This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet. Mr. Tats, what did you use to knock the victim out? My fucking elbow, Copper. He looks at you straight in the eye. Samaran boxing style. Where did all this action take place? Right fucking here. He spreads his hands. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar. Yeah, man. Weren't you listening? Right. I have other questions about the lynching. So why don't I just arrest you? Step closer to Titus. Yeah, lawman. He takes a step closer as well, fixing his ball cap. Why don't you? It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you. Not in the arresting mood, his mean little eyes come alive with hatred. You confess to murder, I'm taking you in. Step even closer. Look, cop. Titus opens up his vest, revealing a holstered firearm. I know you think you're doing a job here, but there are 7 of us and just 1 of you. That's an ISTA 50, a Zemisk-made monstrosity. It'll blow your head clean off. Almighty God, even Dick Mullen only has a 45. An ISTA 50. You could blow Dick Mullen away with that. Am I going to have to? He tilts his head with like a hawk, eyes narrowing to a mere shadow beneath the ball cap. You're under arrest. Grab his wrist. The last thing you hear is a little murmur. Not a blast, not an echo. No one screams. It's impossible to say where it comes from. He's killed me. Great. More dead cops. Sad news from the district of Martinez, where the body of a police officer was found floating in a canal. It is believed the officer was pursuing murder investigation, but got caught up in the dockworker strike and was subsequently gunned down under unclear circumstances. Such needless loss of life is truly tragic, local union Everett Clare commented, adding that although the event is truly horrid, similar incidents will follow if right-wing vigilantes are allowed to run around unchecked, attempting to wiggle their way into well-organised neighbourhoods. Well, it's been ages since I saved. Although there was an autosave here. 14 minutes after I last saved. Well, I'm going to have to do that one, right? God, we have to go through all of that again? Shit. Always forgetting to save.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting...
Alright, so it was just before talking to him. Okay. Well,
this
shit.
is where you say your bits.
Don't say anything yet. Cross your arms.
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
First, we need to talk about
you
your
hear
attitude.
That, boys? Looks like the RCM. You don't get to tell me.
You might want to start asking your questions now.
Scan the
It's
room.
not going to get better than this.
Is that a plectrum? Yeah, I did on his neck. Let's not forget about it. And the little guy. One of those missing. The odd soul. Continue. I found 8 sets of footprints. Continue. She. And hang on, did you do it? Why are your boot prints all over the scene? I did. So you confessed to murder. Who called the shots that night? No, but seriously. I did point at Elizabeth. Then I did, you murdered him just like that, no remorse. I don't remember anything. When did this hanging incident occur? How long had you known him? Joyce. Why did you kill him? So he was a mercenary. What kind of mercenary? How did you even know your special forces? Cool. Right, but what did he do actually wrong? Grab someone? Same girl. Right, but then who? How did you kill him? No signs of a struggle. I did this one and I passed it, but I'll probably fail it now because that's just how this game works. Yep. So we're gonna have to do something differently from now on. Okay. Actually, they're admirably surprisingly composed, the entire room, given how many questions you've lobbed their way. All of them, maybe one of them is fidgeting, cracking under the pressure. Well, this one, but he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up. Mr. Tats. A fucking elbow. Where did all this take place? In the bar. Right, I have other questions. Why don't I just arrest you? Step even closer. Blow your head clean off. That would Dick Mullen. Alright, little guy was right. I'm not in the resting mood. Kills my morale. The little guy. You're the little guy now, he grins, the gap in his teeth like a rotting hole. So, little guy, the frontman closes his vest, still not smiling. You had some questions. Yeah, little questions, a snicker and a sneer from the corner. So, what are we going to do now? Conclude the questioning. Nothing, her reply comes sharp. Your investigation here is done. You should go back to Jamrock, to your station where you belong. Yeah, run home, lonely rent-a-cop. He grabs another beer. Real law officials are done with you. You're lucky you didn't get a beating. 17%. Alright, we won't do that. I can't even do 72%. So, prove your authority. Talk to Titus, establish the Honey Boy Thigh. Well, I'm 17%, not good enough yet. We've ticked off a bunch of things. Okay, that's after 9 o'clock. What time is it now? Let's level something up. I was trying to get to ridiculously high conceptualization, but actually, now that I think about it, I've now got even more. Look, 10's pretty good. 10's pretty good. What's next on Encyclopedia? I feel like's doing okay. What do I want to improve? What white checks might be useful? Suggestion, electrochemistry. I've got 2 electrochemistry, 2 composure. Like physical instrument, maybe. Where's that? Maybe not. What was the 2 that I've already forgotten, Jesus. It was composure and electrochemistry. Okay. What have we got here? Where's composure? Composure, already 5. Electrochemistry is only 3. Let's do electrochemistry. Love and loved by drugs. Cool for high flyers, party enthusiasts, cops who need lightning. Alright, sounds good. Let's go. Done. Boom. Boom. So that's now unlocked a couple of these. Bird's Nest Roy. Don't remember where he is. Oh, he was in the, he's the pawn shop guy. Oh, and the mirror. Still impossible though. Okay, it is 7 PM. And we need to continue. It's time for another get up and walk around. It's been another hour. Might aim for 3 hours today. Alright, 37. This time remembering to save. And I'll be back in a few minutes after getting up and walking around like everyone should. Let us continue. I've forgotten what so I can open that door, weasel door. Might as well do weasel door. That's over. How do I get up here? Because her apartment has a door access? Is that what you're telling me? Oh, it was over here I needed to go. Come out in the wrong thing. Bugger. Oh. What was that? There we go. The book appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. What the hell does that mean? Fuck it, let's do this then, seeing as we're here. Alright, let's go back here. Pull the curtains open. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen. A small terrified "oh" escapes from Pleasance as she tries her best to look away, her round face buried in her hands. Get a grip, woman! Okay. Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Oh. Hang on a second. Looks like Guillaume Le Millon, that hair poster. Wow. A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens if not hundreds of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. 58%. Unlock the door with the key. After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room. You feel the tiny hairs on the back of your neck rise up as if someone's standing right behind you. Touch the back of your neck. What is this feeling? Outside, the wind howls in from across the bay. The building at Rue Saint-Ghislain stands like a matchbox on its side, with men inside like little wooden sticks ready to catch fire. Panicking woman squeezes the pendant around her neck until it leaves a mark inside her palm. A man a few meters away stands frozen with a key in his hand. Somewhere inside, a spider is spinning its web. Open the door and enter. Ooh, ah. It's a gym. Sand is dripping from a punch bag. Shot put ball. Well, that'll hopefully replace the petanque ball that I threw in the ocean thinking it was a shot put. How about that? Poster says, Citius Fortis, the rest is worn off. Worn out wall bars, they look unsafe. Barbell. A barbell lies on the floor, the colour has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms, your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell, this is a safety hazard. 17%. I have high performance weightlifting gloves on. There you go. Anyway, that's way too low. Not going to try that. I almost certainly will kill myself. What was that? Stop. Smells like leather and sweat. Speaking of smelling, let's save. Okay, what have we got here then? A blockage. The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. Looks like the remains of the 24th window repair shop. Can I come over here? Really? So, come in here and it's just blocked. What am I supposed to do? This up here, how do I get to that? I don't, I guess. Alright. So much for this. So, 24 pane repair shop. Was that one of the people on the list? On the intercom?
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
She's looking for the right expression. The dark sarcophagus? Pause dramatically. Yes, yes. How was it? It was a charnel house of failed business enterprises leeching life energy from this bookstore. I knew it, a tremor runs through her. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us, she shakes her head. But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity? You don't have anything of substance to tell her until you found that entity of hers. Okay, that's all I can say for now. We need to find the entity. The entity. So, 24-hour window. Nothing happens. Right. Which was the one? Was it Slipstream? Pressed the wrong button, but yeah, that hasn't moved on. Alright, so that has not moved on. Right, I am now at a loss of what I need to do. Is it 9 o'clock yet? It is not. So, can't sing karaoke. Don't know that one. Miracles happen, alright. Find a way into the secret passage. Well, actually, let's go have a look at behind here then. I feel like there should be maybe a way through here. Let's go up here and have a look around here and see if we've missed something. Then I'm going to go into the whirling and rags, go up to the next level, see if I can figure out how to get onto the roof to talk to this woman. Why is she there? Oh, take your time, my dude. No one's in any hurry. Can I get through here? Is there anything? Oh, there's some cash down here. I'll take that. No. No way through. Alright, back here we go. Back we go. Oh, I've got to open the... Yeah, that's where I was headed. I was heading to the weasel place. Totally forgot about it. Totally fucking forgot about it, my dudes. Just have a quick look at something. Why is OBS saying I'm doing 7,000 when that's set to 6,000? Stable 6,100 kps, according to Twitch Expector. But my OBS is saying I'm doing over 6,000. Why is that? It's over 6,000! What do I do? Weasel? I try and talk to her. No, I go weasel. We're weaseling. Wait a minute. Hang on. Let's give our shot put to these dudes. Where are they? They're down here somewhere. There they are. Hey, have a shot put. Doesn't really make up for it.
For a replacement for the bull you sent sinking.
Renee, oh, I didn't unlock that one. I found you guys a new bull. Hold out the ball. The old veteran stares at the shot put ball in silence, then speaks in a reserved voice. What is this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for pétanque. No need to get angry again, Renee. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in Martinez. Exactly, and I really did try. Trying is worth as much as is accomplished. In this case, almost nothing. Fine, he takes the bull. You tried to right a wrong, but still a gram is better than actual nothing. It's still a gram better than actual nothing. Ah, so let's reopen that. But still only 28%. Renee, I found your guard booth. Yes, the Debauchees Union pays me to stand vigil during the nights. He looks down, not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man, don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight, he adds with a slight sigh. I saw a picture in there. You were in it. Who's the girl? His features stiffen and he gets a cold look. She is nobody. This is none of your concern and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM. The lady is Jean-Marie Beaulieu. Gaston speaks with a soft voice, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody. You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard. Yes, it does, he nods. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night, been on a 2-week leave since last Monday. So who was working your shift that night? No one. The booth has been unmanned since last Monday. He looks suddenly very old and tired. There is no other guard, it's just me. The container yard has been unguarded for a week. Yes, he nods before hesitantly continue. It's not actually an issue. I mean... Look, officer, his partner jumps in. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before Rene. Mr. Clare had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative. Mostly decorative? The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals, he tries to argue. Everett created this job for Rene because he knows the Royal Carabineers' pension of honour and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighbourhood. His words. Rene is but one man. We need a program. Get all the elderly back in the job market. Keep folks motivated. Look, officer. Achievement unlocked. What's it gonna be? The world's most laughable centrist. Defend the political centre 7 times. Look, officer. He pauses like he doesn't actually know how to reply. Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now? Got it, thanks. Yes, like I said, he brings it up again. I would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp. Alright, we're up to 42%. I saw the statue of Philip III near the roundabout. Ah yes, King Philip III on his steed, a reminder of what Revachol once was. Oh, absolutely, he smiles as if reliving a pleasant memory. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold. Cocaine? Cocainium? Cocainum? Sounds like our kind of king, and just imagine what kind of cocaine a king would have had. A superpower feared and respected, a testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king, someone who knows how to rule. How should a true king rule? Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood. I'm not sure how I feel about that. You haven't lived as long as I have, son. With age, a man learns certain things about real power, or else ends up a spineless socialist rat like Gaston here. And the worst part of that, officer, he says, face terrified, is having to spend your days playing pétanque with an angry snake. The carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve. What was that about cocaine? Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much, a cocaine connoisseur of sorts. He chuckles. His egocentricity is borderline legendary. You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? He asks, obviously annoyed. That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine, for clarity of vision to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum, Revachol's finest years. He seems to grow taller, brimming with pride about the past. I'm satisfied with this explanation. They use cocaine for clarity of vision. Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court medic administered a dose to his mother when she was in labour, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest of course, he was able to connect with higher realms. He's just making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he? I drink alcohol and go to heaven. Please, officer, don't encourage him. He quickly turns to Renee. Do spare us the cocaine fairy tales. The RCM isn't interested in them. Let's talk about something else. Right, the old man stands tall and proud, looking at you inquisitively. We're still only 42%. So, no. Well, it's a white check. Let's go. Failed again. Still, all you see is an old soldier refusing to replace his uniform with civilian attire. Anything else I can assist you with? We still have a game to finish. Thank you for your time. Alright, we'll make it to this weasel place eventually, I assure you. Where is it? Oh, hello. Whoa, what have we here? A bridge? A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one. Whatever, let death come. I'm a Riversholian badass. Have I just killed myself by doing that? Nope, we're good. Haven't found any paint. It's not 9 o'clock yet. So we'll come down here and unlock this door. Wait a minute. Let's save scum. The door to the weasel's den guarded by the lionhead knocker. Both have seen better days. Press your ear against the door. The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp. Use Manana's key to unlock the door. You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. There might be important information in the apartment. I mean, there might. As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft, a whistle. Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you? What do you mean? Nothing, you're right. Get in there deep. Evade every personal space. Break every lock. It's my duty as a cop to investigate every square inch of this world. Attaboy, the world's secrets were made for you. They wait patiently for you to uncover them. The Jamrock Shuffle. By now it's clear you like to look inside containers. You like to open doors and see what's behind them. Maybe secrets, maybe more juicy containers. Let's be honest. You like all containers. Trash cans, utensil trays, manholes, coat pockets, secret containers left behind by the Philippine kings that hold forbidden relics. Okay, you haven't come across one of those yet, but one day. Wait, is that why you're so hell-bent on opening containers? Do you think you'll find the Holy Scepter and the Orbe de Montagne? Interesting. Well, we don't have points for that anyway. Let Everett know you unlock the door. Okay, I could do that. I could. Or I could go and have a look. We can just go have a look. What say you? Okay. Let's start here. Smell of disinfectant in the room. Smells like chemicals. Colonial mug collection. A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure, a dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols, a broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others. Tap on the mugs. A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. There's something disdainful in the way the curves and the lines of the body were drawn. What do I mean uncomfortable? It looks like the artist is celebrating diversity, but underneath he's just making fun of these people. I don't think I like the owner of this apartment. No one's telling you to like him. You might learn something from him though. Whip out your yellow man mug and compare. Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humour, the same mocking lines. The owner of this collection could be dumping his trash in the Whirling's container. Dun dun dun! An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road. Is this really the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash? Who knows, could be, but this clothes in the trash lead doesn't really seem like it's going anywhere. Still, good thing to keep in mind. You could ask Everett who this person is once you're done here. Move on from the mugs. What's next? This? Whoever lives here admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. A Chris Hemsworth fan, huh? +1 logic. Stealing people's clothes. What have I got? Conceptualization, So I can get basically +1 suggestion, +1 logic, and lose conceptualization. Let's see. Conceptualization's already pretty huge. In fact, I'm going to do that. Let's get rid of it. Let's move on to this shirt. There we go. Good with numbers. Let's get some logic up. What did that do to logic? Where is logic? Logic was pretty high anyway, but wondering whether you don't really need stuff up this high. Don't think I failed a conceptualization yet, have I? Maybe try to aim to get things above 5. That might be the play. I don't know. I don't really know. Okay, what else have we got? We've got this. You can almost feel the warmth of the red sun on the flag. This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty. Suzerainty. What's with the sun? This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle. What's the sevenfold sun miracle? It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happened in cold weather, 6 small suns around a big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag. Bow down before the flag. The flag accepts your honorable salute with quiet dignity. Good flag. A book titled The Hidden World of Walking Sticks lies open. Why have I got... I haven't looked at that apparently. Is there going to be someone in here? There isn't. Give me the drugs. A small suitcase full of clothes. Guests are staying over? Why are the mugs still here? Something else I could do? Alright, yeah, no, alright, okay, fine. So, racist mugman. We have learnt something, so we've got to go back to Everett and tell him the door's open. What else? What else do we need to do? Can't do that, can't do that, don't know what that is. Can't use Kim's shortwave. Asked everyone about that I can. Yeah, alright, well that's what we're doing right now basically. Oh, offer him something he might smokes. A Man from Hamdale book. Did I... Well, there was one mentioned at the front of the bookstore, but that was about it. I couldn't buy one. Wait, what was that? Nothing. Let's just go back and talk to Everett. It's not 9 o'clock yet, so I can't talk to the smoking man. Go on, you can do it. Get up the stairs, bro. Roger, roger. Can also ask him why I couldn't, why the check didn't work. I thought that was just a message from him. Oh, hang on, what's this? Composite eye of halogen light watches you, emitting a whole low buzz. Okay, good to know. Let's go, Everett. Let's have a chat. Again. Been a busy day. It's been a busy day. Kane, please. Please.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you're already sat on that chair.
Open the door, you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now? Very glad to hear that, Harry, he says with a smile. One question, you didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you? I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs. Just as I thought, culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. He shakes his head, pissing on Everart's Rainbow Coalition. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. He pretends to roll up his sleeves. Real police work is going to start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is going to be good. The mug collection I mentioned was in the apartment. I found a similar mug in the trash with the hangman's clothes. Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment? He grabs his head with both hands. You guys are just light years ahead of me. I have so much confidence in the ability of your organisation. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best, helping people with the power of politics. You think this weasel has something to do with my case? Oh, no. I don't cross paths like that. He shakes his head, laughing. All I want for you is to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you. Oddly, it seems to be true. But this weasel might have cleaned up after the killers. Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high caliber case like this. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right? He imitates bashing something with an imaginary baton. Great technique, you'd make a great sergeant. Oh, you're too kind, Harry. Way too kind, he chuckles. I know I'm not a real police officer. You are. I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it. By now I'm sure you figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flat caps. I'm listening. Harry, this strike is the culmination of many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries. Our victim? He nods gravely. A security contractor. Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hire killers to mow us down with machine gun fire. He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun. I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisud, Semenine, Saramiriza. You name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company. Harry... Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant. Go on. Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container. He laughs. Go on. About my fun container? He chuckles. It's a hoot, Harry. Who knows? Maybe you'll be in here the next time they move it. It will be very fun, I promise. But enough about me and my container. His face turns serious. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. He shakes his head. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees. How did he end up hanging from that tree? Harry, what you need to realise is we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighbourhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, he raises his finger, we push to kill. Wait, the whole neighbourhood is in on it? Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base. Who exactly did the pushing? There's a militant wing inside the union, a group of people whose duties don't involve manual labour but peacekeeping in the neighbourhood, making sure everything runs smoothly. That sounds a bit like organised crime. They're like you, idealistic people who want to make sure that bad things don't happen, and if they already have, well, punishment must follow. Again, that sounds like organised crime. You believe they killed the hanged man? One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, Boss, socialist democratic fervour drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land. He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. He chuckles. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation. Are you not afraid that we're going to arrest them? Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in, he chuckles. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them. He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error. Anyway. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company? How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. He slams his fist on the desk. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates. Do you think the security contractor organised the scabs? You said it, Harry. Hell, the first fist lands on the desk again. One of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that just don't happen to show up during strikes. That does sound quite unlikely, yes. The big guy leading the scabs at the gates is colossal. You mentioned a lawyer girl. Oh, Liz is a bright one, he grins broadly. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy, but hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal. Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew. Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them, exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement, core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. He starts laughing. Gotta love his initiative. What more can you tell me? Who's second in command? Who's the most violent? Harry, they're almost all of them the great... Harry, they're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interest of Revachol in mind. Work with them, hell, interview them, but don't fight them. They really are just like you, men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets. He's betting on them being useless to you. Everard, I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me? But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we concluded this talk. You can now go and tell Titus about this, see what he has to say. Also, Harry, here's 5 real. He holds out a banknote. Wait, why are you giving it to me? I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real. Take it. Need every bit of cash I can get. Good boy, a real team player. He rubs his hands together. Now, do you have any more questions? Yes. Why did you give me a check that was useless? Good talk. Let's conclude for now. Was it a good talk? He leans back suddenly worried. I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. Great sadness comes over him. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet. Yet? Yes, Harry, it's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left, he says, slowly shaking his head. I want to, but I just can't. A man of the left, so you have to be a social democrat? He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is. Company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me? What would this entail? Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper. He pulls out an envelope, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta. What are the signatures for? I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. He grins broadly. It would be righteous. We're going to get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry. Where is this place exactly? On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it, a gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry. Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. There's a pair of cavalry boots under the fish in the box, and the wind howls like a vicious spirit. You're already pretty deep into this. What's a little more? No one can see you here in Martinez. What will happen to the current occupants? They're just going to have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings right next to a fancy new youth centre designed by the best architects from Stella Mar. Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street? Are you 100% sure no one's going to end up homeless? Am I? The big man shakes his head in disbelief. Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're going to build a youth centre there, the value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug out from under them. Harry, I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbour. Fine, if I happen to be there, I can ask them. You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you here. He hands you an open white envelope. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the water lock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist. He runs his fingers through his thin hair. What a pushover my character is. See you soon, débardeur. The big man waves his hand in farewell. Just kidding, but not too much. Oh, advanced race theories available now. What has this done to me? Everything is calm in the eye of the race storm. Your mind is lucid and bright. The mind-bending phylogenetics appear more distant and, to be fair, a little ridiculous. The great race mystery has cleared up. All that's left to do is to verbalize your thoughts, go and talk to Measurehead about your newly found insights. Learning cap for rhetoric raised to 5, +1 conceptualization. Oh well, that's good. Be back to +10 conceptualization. Would I not be? Yeah. Okay. I thought there was so... I want this. I like to look inside containers. They're not wrong. Let's do that. Give me the Jamrock Shuffle. Look at this. What is this all about? Okay, Everett's documents. Right. Ah, white envelope. White envelope with stamp attached to the upper right corner, handed to you by Everett Clare. Inside are some legal documents with 2 names printed on them, Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. Both signatures are required. Interact. You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12-40 month construction period, 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum. 83%. Look at the zoning plan. The youth centre cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth centre. Try to find a loophole in the deal. 92%. Let's do it. There is no loophole. The simple truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door. Wait, what are the ramifications of this? Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out. This is terrible, poor people, can't I do something? Or you could trick Everett, get some random people to sign the document. By the time the union boss finds out, your business here will already be concluded. Interesting. Interesting. Instead of the people. Oh, wow. What time are we? Let's go talk to... what's his name? Eraserhead? Measurehead? See if we can't get to our hidden little box. This way. Come on, dude. Don't get caught up on everything. Come on, let's go, come on. Stop getting stuck. Why can't I just take a shortcut here? This hat though. They have surprises. Do 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 do. Hey, big fella.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
I think I know what the race enigma is. And... shit, I just wanted to get into the harbour. It's shit, I just wanted to get into the harbour, I'm doing it. Look babe, the disco dancing degenerate has run out of cocaine to shoot into his arms. This has made him short-fused and impolite. Underneath the posturing there is dread. Coca has really fucked him over, Jean. Jean, the woman looks half bored. He turns to you. You could have used this opportunity to overcome your narrow Algol Ravage identity. Instead of unlocking the race enigma, you attempted to add to it unsuccessfully. Take solace from the fact that these thoughts, he points to your head, will never entirely leave your brain. They will be with you on the day you die. The only germ of heroism in your body. Now go. I have beauty and truth to discuss with my woman. Damn, Jean, how are you so romantic? The woman swoons. Was there an out of this for you with success, or was the rhetoric game rigged? I can't tell. Interesting. Well, so much for the box, huh? You live by your choices. That's the way to do it. Alright, I am going to... What did I need to... I was thinking, what did I need to do? I want to talk to this guy because he's apparently one of the...
Right to work! Right to work!
No, so he's one of these soldiers. But we don't know that, well, we're not able to tell that to him yet. Ignore the fritter for now. Something I was gonna do down here and I can't remember what it was. What was it? Okay, no. Oh wait, is it 9 o'clock yet? No, it's half an hour off. Fuck. Lives inside a chimney. Find a way in. Oh, it was gonna Joyce I needed to go talk to. Let's go, get ready, and go to Joyce, and then wrap it up for today, and be ready to talk to her immediately tomorrow, or whenever it is next we play. Hopefully tomorrow. Possibly. We shall see. Joyce, you scum. Or are you? Everyone seems to be scum and also not. Interesting writing in this game, that's for sure. Alright, let's save her up. 41. Ha! 14. Pause her up and say thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.